Hey guys, what is going on? It's your boy, the Mad Kiger, once again in the dark because light doesn't exist when I like to record. I have no fucking clue why it fucking does that, but I apologise. But it's been a while since we've got behind the camera, so to say. Things have been going on and stuff, and been in a pretty bad way in this past couple of months. And you know, I've talked about this before, but unfortunately, I just was in that really bad place where I just didn't know what is going on. And I'm hoping that now things have gotten out of proportion, that they can sort of get got to that bad place. So you know, they say once you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up, right? That's what I mean. So I'm hoping that things will get better, and I could continue to put more time and focus into doing better channel videos and stuff like that. I know I've done like how many videos have I done on the PlayStation 2 collection? I've done like 5 or 6 different PlayStation 2 collections, and some people sit there and go, "Wow, you're just running out of ideas." Not really, no. I've got plenty of ideas that I can do. However, the PlayStation 2 collection, one of my big features on my channel. It really is. It's sort of like everyone has that thing on their channel that everyone, you know, that goes, oh yeah, oh this person, this person, oh this person's got this. If you're a gaming channel, especially, you know, based more on gaming in terms of you know, working as a gaming channel dedicated to games, not just a channel that plays whatever game's popular and stuff like that, and plays those playthroughs and things. And I do have my playthroughs and stuff. Why does it smell like burning, man? It smells like plastic burning. I don't know. It's weird. But then again, like I said, it's good sometimes to go back and refresh your memory and go, you know what, here's some of the games that I got, here's how it's changed over the years. You know, I remember my first PlayStation 2 collection back in 2016, I think. 2016, I think that's when I started doing YouTube. Maybe even before that. And it's like over 200 games. And I was like, oh yeah, I've got over 200 games. And now I've got nearly 1,000 PlayStation 2 games. So it just goes to show one of my things, how much has changed in terms of gaming. Plus, it's a good memory for you guys to be reminded of what games that I've got. Plus, the new subscribers on the channel get to see my stuff, because, you know, new subscribers not necessarily going to watch a video from 4 years ago. You know, so I can, you know, it's for the new subscribers. It's for those people who follow the PlayStation 2 collection and follow me as a game collector, you know, when I do my recent pickup and sort of round it all up together. Yeah, it just sort of shows how much has changed and stuff like that. Plus, I know you guys are a fan of the ASMR on the channel. I've always had good feedback from the ASMR. I've had the fair share of neglectful comments, but at the same time, I don't really give two shits about the bad comments. If you write something that's just pure toxic, I'm just gonna delete the comment, and then if someone does it more than once and keeps doing it, it's quite simple, you get blocked. So then you won't be able to see any or comment on any of my videos. It's really not that hard for me, and it really doesn't have any effect on my channel whatsoever, you know. But like I said, I've always had good positive feedback and stuff on it. And if you guys didn't want me to do these collection video updates and the pickups and stuff like that, then I would have known by now. But that's what my channel was started on, as a game collection channel. And then it evolved into the ASMR, the vlogs, the eating videos, the messing around videos, the reviews, the rage videos. And it just goes to show, you know what? I haven't done the same thing over and over again. But sometimes it's good to go back to what you started on and go, and go, you know what? This is what I began as. This is why I started doing YouTube. Sometimes it's hard to lose your way and stuff. But whatever the case is, guys, just thought I'd start off this video with a little bit of an update, saying that hopefully we will try and get some more things done. I think on Sunday I will be doing part 3 of Dead Island Riptide Definitive Edition, because I think Heather's taking Logan out, so I'll get a good chance to do that. I've been playing Red Dead. I've done the main story for Red Dead Redemption. I'm on the epilogue, and I'm so glad how they continue the game on. I'm not going to give any spoilers, because it's definitely not a game that I want to give spoilers for, because it's worth playing. Tried out the online last night with Ryan, and oh my god, it was the funniest shit ever. I am so tempted to stream some Red Dead 2 online. Should I stream Red Dead Redemption 2 online tonight with my friend? You guys need to see it, because it was hilarious. The first thing I knew, I was sat there in bed the other night and goes, I wonder if I can tie Ryan up in the game and put him in front of a train. And then when the game actually lets you tie people up, oh, it is fucking hilarious. We wanted to do a mission. We were playing for like 2.5 hours, and guess how many missions we got done? 1. That weren't even a co-op mission. So, you know, I think it was actually really, really fun to just piss around. We were just killing each other all the time, having a laugh, and I really enjoyed it. But anyway, today, guys, on to tonight's main feature. Justice League. Boy, did this movie make me feel a little bit like, why the hell did I buy this movie? I haven't watched Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman, and it doesn't feel to me like that's such a bad thing, because a lot of people watched Avengers before they watched Iron Man and stuff like that, and that's my first complaint with this movie. This movie, let me tell you something, Justice League, the movie, it's like, okay, so we'll go through the class of characters first. So first of all, we have Batman, played by Ben Affleck. And I gotta say, Batman in this movie is fucking horrendous. It is one of the worst Batmans I have ever seen. He's joking. He's fucking swearing. He's pissing around. Batman doesn't do that. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, look at the old 60s campy Batman. That was because back in the 60s, we didn't have dark Batman. There was no dark Batman. That was the only Batman that people knew. Batman nowadays, we know Batman as a serious motherfucker who don't take nothing from no one. The whole point of Batman is to be afraid of him. If he's swearing and joking, that's what Bruce Wayne does. Bruce Wayne is like Tony Stark. He jokes, he messes around, and you know, he's a billionaire. And whereas, you know, when he puts on the Batman suit, he's a completely different person. He's scary, he's serious. I mean, there's no other way to explain what Batman should be like. If you don't know what Batman should be like, watch the Dark Knight movies. Because in this movie, this does a good job of capturing what Batman is like. Justice League and probably Batman vs Superman, I don't know. But at least in Justice League, if you've never watched the other ones, and this is the only sort of modern DC cinematic universe movie that you're doing, because they are trying to create something. But Batman, it was kind of horrendous. And not only that, he looked really fat. I'm not going to lie, he looked really fat in the movie. And I know we have had the fat Batman before in the past, but come on, man. I don't know. I was very disappointed with Batman. Aquaman, I will say Jason Momoa is actually a really good Batman. I don't know why, but he reminds me of Roman Reigns. But I think Aquaman is finally getting recognition that he deserves. He is a very, very, very... back in, you know, the day, Aquaman has been ridiculed all throughout TV shows, through history, through games and everything. Everyone takes the piss out of Aquaman. Oh, what's your superpower? I can speak to fish. Now Aquaman seems like a very, very powerful hero. I personally think Aquaman become really sort of well known as quite a serious character Injustice. That was really good Aquaman. The Flash, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I think the Flash in this movie is just like a teenage guy, and he's very similar to like how Spider-Man is. He jokes a lot of the movie, and That's one of the complaints that I have with this movie is there's too much joking. It's important in a movie to have some comedic relief. Superhero movies are always known to have little jokes here and there, but you know, when I watched the Dark Knight movies, these were quite serious movies. There were a few jokes here and there, but all in all, it felt like a serious movie. And you know, at the end of Dark Knight Rises, sorry if this is a spoiler, so spoiler alert. When you see Alfred crying, it's Michael Caine as Alfred crying because he thinks Batman, you know, Bruce Wayne dies. It's sad, you know, you feel emotional, you know. In this movie, like, you don't care if someone dies in this movie. If they die, they die. It's like, who cares? The Flash, I just felt was a little bit annoying. I know the whole concept of this movie is Flash is sort of, this is before Flash is a proper superhero. So, you know, we will be getting a Flash movie based just on him sooner or later, and the same with Cyborg as well, and Aquaman. Well, Aquaman's had his movie, or at least it's either come out or it's coming out, I forget. I enjoy Cyborg. I thought Cyborg was pretty cool. In a way, he's basically like an Iron Man sort of thing, but I think there's more to him than that. Gal Gadot as a Wonder Woman. I will say she's a pretty good actress. She is really good as a Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman is another superhero that's popular enough for everyone to know who she is. Whereas in this movie, you know, people, you know, Batman, Superman, and you know, Wonder Woman have already had their sort of character development in Superman had it in Man of Steel, and then Batman come into it in the Batman versus Superman, and so did Wonder Woman, and then Wonder Woman had her standalone movie. We are probably going to be getting a standalone Batman movie as well at some point, which I do hope that they do make it a lot more dark and stuff like that. So we've already had these 3 character development. Aquaman, like I said, he's got his one coming out. And then, you know, Flash and Cyborg. Yeah, Flash has got the TV show, but I don't think this is the same Flash from the TV show. I might be wrong. And again, with Cyborg, we'll probably be getting a movie at some point. But I think that the problem is that you've got 3 characters who have been developed. If you are, you know, following this new sort of Man of Steel DC cinematic universe line of movies, you know, they're trying to do what, you know, Marvel are doing with their cinematic universe, make it all as one movie, sort of all in the same universe, instead of like, because Dark Knight now is its own set of movies. Dark Knight has got nothing to do with this. So, you know, but you've already got 3 characters that have been sort of developed, in a way 2, because Batman was only, you know, but then you've got 3 characters who are being developed at a later time. Now, you know, Marvel did that with, they did Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America, and then we got the Avengers movie. And, you know, there were a few extra characters in the Avengers movie. You know, there was Hulk, Hawkeye, and Black Widow. But again, they had been in the previous movies and stuff like that. So, you know, those movies did a great way, because we knew that if you had watched them in order, you know their story and then they come together. In this one, you can only watch so much, because technically Aquaman is based after this movie and stuff like that. So they're doing it in a really weird way. Another thing I will say about this is that I don't like Superman at all. I don't dislike Superman as a character. Fucking hell, guys. Superman is superhero. If you say to someone superhero, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be either Batman or Superman or Spider-Man. These are the 3 most popular heroes. That's what someone's going to say. You know, Superman is fucking, you know, Superman was I think he was the first superhero comic ever created. There might have been one before him, but he was the first one. Fucking hell, look at him now, you know. But the problem is with this movie is, yes, I know technically he's dead and he dies in Batman vs Superman. At least I know that, and the movie does sort of explain that. But in a way, maybe I should have watched the other 3 movies before this one, and I might get round to doing that one day. But at the same time, you shouldn't be punished too much. You know, Avengers, if you watched Avengers, it's like, it doesn't matter, because you know, it's not as bad. I don't know, it just seems like this is trying to be like Avengers, and they probably have got a bigger plan to bring in new characters. yeah, one of the big complaints, there's 6 members in here where technically there was 7. Green Lantern, and there was a Green Lantern in the movie. It just weren't the Green Lantern, you know, Hal Jordan. Ryan Reynolds probably isn't coming back to play Green Lantern by any chance, but nonetheless, I think it's stupid that there's only 6 members. I might be wrong. Maybe originally there were only 6 members, and then the 7th member was, you know, Hal Jordan at one point. But it just seems to me that, you know, Batman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and the Flash are 5 very powerful superheroes in their own right. And then here comes this enemy guy called Steppenwolf, who obviously is part of something bigger, you know, like they did with Thanos in the Avengers movie. It was Loki was part of the movie, and then it was Ultron, and then we got Thanos finally. You know, they're doing the same thing in this movie with Darkseid. We are probably going to see, like, a Darkseid will be the big hard villain that they all have to overcome. But it's stupid because Steppenwolf just completely obliterates like all of these other heroes' worlds, and he just destroys everyone. And then Superman comes into the fight, and he's like, "Boom! I beat you instantly." I know Superman is one of the most powerful superheroes of all time. There's no denying that. But at the same time, it's like the whole point of these team movies in Justice League is that they work together as a team. You're telling me that, you know, if Wonder Woman can overcome all these enemies and villains on her own, and so can Flash and Aquaman and Cyborg and all these, you know, Batman, why is it that they can't conquer one person? I know it's like, oh, they don't work together at first, and then they do work together, and, you know, they're a new team and all this stuff. I get that, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, oh, look, this guy is kicking our ass. Superman, Falcon, Punch. Well, that was very hard, wasn't it? But yeah. And another thing that I really didn't like is the fight scenes in this movie. They just weren't that special. They do too much slow motion, and that's something I do not care for in modern movies, especially action and superhero movies. The whole point, like I said, Dark Knight, when you see Batman fighting, it's all fast paced, you know, he's meant to be quick. In this movie, Wonder Woman in slow motion, Batman in slow motion, and it's like, why? What is this obsession with slow motion? It doesn't make your movie any better. In fact, it makes it worse. Because you're basically going, instead of actually having a well thought out fight scene where, you know, they're fighting for a good 5-10 minutes, and you've got a legitimate action fight scene, which is what superheroes are known for, fighting, we're just going to draw that out into like a 3-minute slow motion, dramatic, cinematic thing. It don't work, especially in superhero movies. It might have worked with these old movies, like when I watched Blade. It's cheesy, but it's old and it's forgivable. But it's just, we should know better. I mean, when I watched Infinity War, and I'm sorry I keep comparing it to Infinity War, but when I watched that movie, I was like, wow, this movie has so much action in it. I know it's technically, you know, part 3 of the Avengers movies, but even the original Avengers, you know, there's a lot of action in it. But Infinity War was like, you know, I stepped outside for 5 minutes, or I went upstairs to go for a toilet, you know, 2-minute thing, come downstairs, they're all fighting again, you know what I mean? It's crazy. In this movie, I don't know, I wouldn't say this is a bad movie and that you should avoid it at all costs. I think they've given it an attempt. It's just they've made a few problems. If they can actually develop Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg in their own movies before bringing out Justice League 2 or Part 2 or whatever it is, where they bring in Green Lantern and all this stuff, and do a better job of developing those characters, then, you know, it would be a lot better to see. And also, if they change some of the characters around, make Batman more serious. I know Ben Affleck's directing a Batman movie, and I don't know if it's part of this one. I don't know if he is or not anymore. But if you are going to have that Batman live action movie, make it more like this. Even the 90s Batman, the Tim Burton and the you know, those movies, he was still pretty, you know, serious. Yeah, I know in this movie, when Batman talks, it sounds like he really trying really hard to be serious with his serious voice, and it just sounds like he's whispering, "Come on, tell me where they are." Yeah, it's like that's all someone's done instead of, you know, instead of actually giving a serious tone. In this, you know, that's the problem, is that Batman is meant to have a serious tone, not act like he's got a sore throat. You know what I mean? Play the Batman games and watch the Batman animated shows and cartoons, then you'll know what I'm talking about. I forget the guy who did the voice for him, but I'll probably think of it after this video. If they make Batman more serious, you know, they try and make it more action packed, less of the special slow motion effects and cinematic effects and stuff like that. Yeah, I think you'll be set, and people will come back to you, because you've got to bear in mind, we live in a society now where superheroes are more popular now than they ever were, because back in the day, people who liked superheroes would have to watch cartoons or the obscure movie here and there, and you know, read the comics, and it was considered nerdy and geeky, and you were considered weird. Nowadays, you know, you've got everyone going to watch Avengers and everyone talking about it. And in a way, I like it, but in a way, I don't like it. It's like it's part of the norm now, and we're like, we're not part of the norm, but you know what I mean. Should be happy that, you know, that's what, you know, Stan Lee was on about. You know, world coming together, being part of something bigger. But nonetheless, I think Justice League doesn't deserve the hate. But it does at the same time, and that's what I mean. Would I recommend watching this movie? I'd recommend watching it, but I wouldn't recommend going out and paying full price for it. I mean, I paid $12.99 for this, so I don't know if I got it in a 2 for 20. Yeah, I did. I got it with Rampage, I think, which I'm gonna watch tomorrow. Rampage, but yeah, you know, the costumes are pretty cool. Apart from Batman's, I don't like him. He's too fat. You know, Cyborg looks really cool. You know, Wonder Woman looks like what she should look like. Same with Aquaman. He's not a man made of gills. You know, he's you know, and the Flash looks like the Flash and stuff like that. You know, and some of the special effects are pretty cool. Steppenwolf looked pretty cool, but at the same time, he I don't know. He looked like what he was meant to look like. He looked like a pretty bad dude. And I've never heard of Steppenwolf. I'm not going to lie. I'm not the biggest DC comic reader, especially Superman stuff. I'm more Batman and Superman. And I know Steppenwolf is part of the Darkseid's army, sort of like one of these not bodyguard, but one of these like elite units or commanders or something like that. I know that much at least now. But you know, if someone said to me, "Oh, the villain in this movie is Steppenwolf," I'd be like, "I don't know who that is." But they do explain who he is in the movie, so at least they do that for those. But then again, if you don't know who Darkseid is, then you wouldn't care too much about him. That's what I mean. They could have had a better villain. They could have had more villains, but nonetheless, you've got to start somewhere, I guess. It's a bad, shaky start, in my opinion, for the for the DC cinematic universe. But I think if they make some changes, put it together, polish it a little bit, we will get the DC cinematic universe that we deserve. Whether you're a fan of Justice League or not, I think it's important. If you're a fan of something, you know, I'm a fan of DC Universe. I'm a fan of Marvel Comics, but if you're a fan of something, you've got to take the good with the bad. It's like these people that, you know, if you support a certain football team, let's say you support Arsenal, for example, you don't not support them when they lose. But if you only support them when they win, you're not a true fan. It's like in anything. Or if you're an American, you support Dallas Cowboys or, you know, baseball, whatever, you know, LA Lakers, basketball, whatever. If you're a fan of something and you're a supporter of something, see it through the good and the bad. You're allowed to complain, but at the same time, if you give up on something and go, I don't like this, I'm never going to watch it, I don't care about it anymore, then you're not a true fan. It's like with people with Star Wars, you know, people are like, oh, I don't like the sequels, I don't class them as a Star Wars movie. I go, it's a fucking Star Wars movie, get the fuck over it. They're bad, but at the same time, get the fuck over it. We know the originals are better, they always will be, but who the fuck cares? If you're a fan of Star Wars, see it through the good and the bad. Buy those Star Wars Pez dispensers. And the same thing goes for this movie. Don't freaking sit here and go on about this movie and scream and shout at it, because you're not going to get anywhere, guys. All you're doing is wasting your breath. See it through. If you don't want to watch them anymore, whatever. If you do want to watch them, then go ahead. I don't care either way what you do. But nonetheless, if I was this movie, I wouldn't give it 4 stars. If I was to give this movie a star rating, I'd give it maybe a 2.25 star, maybe a 2.5 star. Not the highest on my ranking list, but like I said, it's not the worst thing I've ever watched. I've watched worse movies than that, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel as good as Marvel at the moment, but we'll get there in the end. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like, and of course, check out. Of course, comment below. Let me know what you think of Justice League. Let me know, have you watched anything else in Justice League? What is your favourite Justice League? I was a big fan of Justice League Unlimited. That was a great show. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. Hopefully tonight I may be live streaming. So if you are looking to Red Dead Redemption 2 online with my friend about 8 o'clock, 8:30 onwards to about 10:30. Again, UK time on Twitch at the Mad Kiger. I will leave links in the description for everything. Sorry there hasn't been any like thumbnail updates. I will try and sit down one day and do all my thumbnails and try and make them more presentable. I will get around to doing it. I am so sorry. I just don't have the time at the moment. Well, at this precise moment, should I say. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, I'm joking. Anyway, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. It will either be tomorrow as ASMR part 4 of the PlayStation 2 collection, or it will be on Sunday. Wait, tomorrow is Sunday. Oh, so it probably will be Dead Island. Take care and bye-bye.